Hello everyone. So in this session, I want us to add, update, and delete the tags. The reason why we don't need to fetch the tags is because remember the tags will be used when adding the to do, right? So I don't need to to fetch them. So what I will do, I'll go to my tags. So for this one, I will not restrict it. I don't need the user to be logged in to add the tags. So I'll just leave it the way it is. So I'll start with the first one. I'll say add tag. So it will be /tags and then comma method. Methods is equals to post and then add tag JSONify. Okay. Inside here now we need to get the data from the user. So I'll say data is equals to request dot get JSON, request dot get JSON, and then I'll say name. So remember our tag only requires a name. So I'll say name is equals to data this way. Data and what, and then you pass now name. After that, you can now go ahead and you check if the tag exists. So I'll say check name, or I can say check tag. I just call it check name, and then I'll say so I also need to import the tag, that is the tag from the models, right? So I'll come to tag, and then from models import tag, and also db. We also need the db. So I'll say tag dot query dot filter. I can just say dot filter by name is equals to name, then dot first that way, and then I'll say if check name. So that means if name exists, you give an error message. Just need to pass an error message that I'll just call it error, and then tag exists, and then here I'll pass it as for 6. Okay, and then I'll now go ahead, else I can now add the tag successfully. So I'll say new tag is equals to tag, and then I'll say name is equals to name, and then now sorry for that, and then I'll say db dot session dot add new tag, and then I'll say db dot session dot commit that way, and then I pass now a success message. I'll say success, and then tag added. So let me just create all of them, and then I'll go ahead and test them. So I'll go to update tag. So I'll just replicate all of it here, all of it the way it is. This one will be patch, and then we also need to get the name. So we check if it exists. All right, so we check if it exists. If it exists, you can go ahead and say tag exists. Right now, let me start first by so this one was check name. You first check if the name exists in the database. So I'll need to pass an ID first here. So you need to receive an ID. So I'll say int, and then I pass an ID, and then you receive. I'll just call it tag underscore ID, and then I come here, I receive a tag underscore ID. So this is the first thing that we need to use, to check if that tag exists. So I can just come after getting the name here just below. I'll say if So let me just fetch it first. I'll say tag is equals to tag dot query. You can use filter by or dot get dot filter by, and then you can say filter by I'll just use get request tag dot query dot get because remember get uses the ID directly. So I'll say tag ID. Then I'll say if tag exists, you can now go ahead and do all this. Right? If tag exists, go ahead and do all that. So I'll say tag.query.filter by name. Okay, it will check that one. So if the name exists, otherwise we now go ahead and update. So I'll come here. I'll remove this. I'll say tag.name is equals to name, and then db.session.commit. It's as simple. This one is as simple as that because we don't have a lot of fields in the tag. So this one will be for update, and then we do for the delete. So I'll just replicate exactly the same for the update, but we are not getting any data, by the way. I'll just copy that. So this one I also needed to change this one from add to update tag, and then go ahead and delete tag. This one will be the same, but here will be delete, and then I don't need to get any data. The first thing that we need to do is to check if if the tag exists. So I'll come here. So if tag exists, you need to go ahead and delete, which is exactly the same that I have here, which is db.session.get, and then you commit. Come to tag. If tag exists, go ahead and delete the tag. I'll say tag that way, and then you pass the success message. So this one was update. By the way, this one I was to say tag updated, and then session.commit. You pass the success message. Tag deleted. Else, even this one, by the way, I did not pass the else, but there's no problem. I'll add it. I'll say else tag does not exist. Right? So I'll say, let me just copy the JSONify. JSONify. Then I'll say tag doesn't exist. And then this one I'll change to be 44. This one I'll change to be 201. This one should be 200. Okay. And then I'll copy that, and then I will add it again here. Should be aligned, so it should be else. This way, it should be aligned with that one. So tag does not exist. So I think we are ready now to test all this. So this one is delete. We are now ready to test to add a tag, update a tag, and then delete a tag. So I think all is ready. Let's try. Go to Postman. I'll create now a new folder in my to-do app, to-do collection, a new folder, and then I'll rename it. I'll call it tag, and then I'll create requests, add request, rename, add tag, add another request, here, that is for delete, delete tag. For the update, I'll just replicate the add. So inside the add, I'll just add it as post. So let me confirm something. It was add, and then this one is batch, and then that one is delete. Okay, this one should also be 201 though. Okay, tag added again should be 201, right? Okay, let me now go ahead and add the tag, so it will be post. URL should be tags, and then go to the body raw JSON, and then add the name of the tag can be shopping. That is tag number 1. Of course we have an error. Tag.py line 8. Oh, I did not import the request, so I also need a request here. I need a request, and then let's try. Send it. So you can see a tag added, so I can also add another one. Study is okay, so that one is very okay. So let's try to perform an update. Duplicate, then rename, and then I'll call it update tag, update tag, and then tags again. I will change this one to be patch, tags, body, raw, and then I'll add it. So let me save that one first. I'll go to add tag, save it, and then I'll copy the same. But now remember, for the update tag you need to pass a tag ID. So I'll say tag number 1 was shopping. It should be raw, and then should be JSON. So name, study. I'll just call this one I think this one was number 2, studying. So let me just change it to be studying. I'll save it, send it. So it will tell us tag updated. You can go to the database and check it. That is tag. You can see it has been updated. So I can now delete again. Let me go to delete. I'll say slash tags, and then I'll pass an ID of 2. I'll delete number 2. I think I don't need anything. I'll change it to delete, and then I'm good to go. So send this. So you'll get tag deleted. If you try again, it should give us a tag does not exist. So I did not return a valid response. Sorry for that. We need to have return even here in our update, and also here we need to have return. Alright, so if you try again to delete, it will tell you the tag does not exist. So that's all about the tag. In the next one, we'll now go to add to-dos and also fetch to-dos. That's all for now.